that about 10 more times.
10 more times?
Come on, you rep down, you know what I'm saying? Do that 10 more times.
Gotcha.
Got this. Yeah, Mo.
Waking up, trouble. Gango. LVG, you made this. Seen on the court, OG tire list. $20,000 that bro. I'ma do shit like 10 more times. Told myself it's gold. Seen on the court, OG tire list. I get that money.
What's up, Shanty?
Sitting on the court, OG tire list. $20,000 that bro. I'ma do the shit like 10 more times. Told myself it's gold. I'm running shit way up. And still play like I'm broke. I let shit die all the way down. But like council, I'ma handle that smoke. Sitting on the court, OG talk, I listen. $20,000 that bro. I'ma do the shit like 10 more times. Told myself it's go. I'm running shit way up.
What up, Lionel Brook? What up, my nigga?
I let the shit die all the way down. But like council, I'ma handle that smoke.
Oh, hey man, shout out my nigga Lionel Brook. What up,
nigga broke as a joke. I be getting money, I ain't let a nigga know. Cause know the shit gon' show. Like 20,000 sitting on that post. I done made a whole lot of dough. Gram on the ground, nigga, dollar after dollar. I done sold all that product. Ain't spend shit, nigga, let's hold the real. D-bro, Nick can't see us. Say you want smoke, get torn like council. Betty won't ring that bell. Hit him in the stomach with a stick, make shit. Goddamn, that boy spell. I'ma do the job all by myself. I don't wanna thank you or tell. Say you in money, but we know that's a lie. He living the fairy tale. 20,000 out the street right now. Man, that shit wrong as hell. She wanna pay me to lead the hood. But I got a second scale. Gotta run the shit way up. In case they rap shit fast, I don't understand why I came from. Be still way of life, and the young nigga standing on it. That sound about right. These niggas ain't getting money. Don't believe that hype. Every day a nigga taking chances. Gambling with my life. Sitting on the port, OG talk, I listen. $20,000 that broke. I'ma do the shit like 10 more times. Told myself it's go. I'm running shit way up. And still play like I'm broke. I done let shit die all the way down. But like council, I'ma handle that smoke. Sitting on the put OG talk, I listen. $20,000 that broke. I'ma do the shit like 10 more times. Told myself it's go. I'm running shit way up. And still play like I'm broke. I done let the shit die all the way down. But like council, I'ma handle that smoke.
$20,000 ain't shit that broke. Put me in the game for the scope. 5.56 they all the scope. Nigga ain't like a rope. OG sitting on the pole. Nigga big cat showed me the rope. Put me in the game, I'ma play like a pro. Nigga I don't need no coach. I'ma run the shit way up. I ain't giving shit to a hoe. What you gon' do when the fed hit the door? Dog in the house and they looking for dope. I get paper cause I'm counting so much. Made her suck it, but she wanted to fuck. When I'm in a slut, I get in the gut. They swallow, make her wanna swallow me up. Big head, 100 blue strips. All I'm talking about is big tips. Nigga tryna make a big flip. Spinning out up in the new whip. Uncle hater, they ain't getting paper. Top flow, skyscraper. Running money through the money machine. Stuffing bread in my bag and my jeans.
Sitting on the port, OG talk, I listen. $20,000 that broke. I'ma do the shit like 10 more times. Told myself it's go. I'm running shit way up. And still play like I'm broke. I done let shit die all the way down. But like council, I'ma handle that smoke.
$20,000 nigga that broke. I'm chew that shit when I scope. See my dad throwing bricks out the road. Had switch up my flow. So big home, they keep that smoke. Tell them come on that dope. I'm 14 first dropped out the pole. The time he showed me the rope. So I got my I told myself it's a go. I remember keep that smoke. Tell them come on that dope. I'm 14 first dropped out the pole. The time he showed me the rope. So I got my first back smoke. I told myself it's a go. I remember that me and snow. Nigga, we thinking dope. These niggas out here setting they soul. They don't need a few more niggas dope. I see real much like them bold. Now I'm rich or old. I just like the president in my hood. And bitch, I don't need your vote. I have a ticket out the street right now. Yeah, I done beat my dog. 20 ball out in my mouth. Little nigga, my stick be froze. Got these niggas trying to play keep up. Now they ain't going broke. $20,000 like shit, little nigga. I put that shit on my throat. Sitting on put my OG flow. Yeah, he talk while I live. 6,000 never drill a nigga. Yeah, you know them glitch. Till I 5,000 when he trippin'. Got no shift in the print. Got to a little bit, had that bitch. Oh yeah, back up 10. I'm just trying to run money way up. Got by my mom that mansion. BC, that's the way I life. I can't feel about my head. BC, that's the way I life. I can't feel about my head.
Sitting on the port, OG talk, I listen. 20,000.
Hey man, BC is the way of life. We can't forget about our healing, man. R.I.P. Sambo, man. What's up, beautiful Ty? Which one? I got Chad Martin coming on here, Andrew. Chad Martin, not the fake governor, not the sissy nigga from Montgomery. I'm gonna throw salt on him. I'm gonna throw salt on him, Andrew. I'm gonna talk about him like a dog. Hey man, shout out to my boy Young with the hardest verse in rap history. You feel? We on our way to the top. It ain't gonna be long. You feel? What's up, Bridget Ward? What's up, Jay Joyce? What's up, Tony Hall? Shout out New Level Tech. Oh, let you know when this we can get the honorable and what the mayor name is. Where my microphone and shit? I need my news shit. It's professional shit. Oh, he trying to make lead wheels so I can smoke on here with him and shit. He no big deal. Yeah, that's exactly what he said, Lex. You don't know them great bars? What Ty? This damn Ty, bitch. Don't disrespect me. Too much what Ty? Hey, don't be over in front of the mayor asking the governor asking these stupid ass questions. This goddamn Ty. On the I made the name Ty family Lex Smith. Keep up, ho. Do you learn some history, bitch? Too much what damn Ty? This Ty, ho. I ain't always been a YouTuber. Anyway, I'm finna talk to the mayor, to the governor, bitch. And don't be over being all rude. Hey, what up, Lex? Shout out to my Happy Hill. Can't forget about my healing. Shout out to my Happy Hill nigga, man. You feel me? What's up, Bree, baby? Hey, what's up, Alexander Anderson? I seen you when she was inbox. She would got you out on her story being missing. You told me, I'm proud of how you did, Gene. And seen you had your face, Alexander Anderson. Had your face all on the screen on her story. I knew it was you as soon as I see your picture. But yeah, you all on she was story getting your shit out though. That was up though. You all on she was story getting your shit off. What's up, Petty Betty? What up, Can? What up, man? Shout out to my Happy Hill. What up, B? What up, B? Hey guys, I'm having an interview with the future governor of Alabama. We still got hope, guys. We ain't gotta go with the weird dude from Montgomery. We ain't gotta go to him. You feel me? We don't have to go to the weird dude from Montgomery. We got options and choices. What's up, Monique? Bump that goddamn wood, Monique. Hey, don't put nobody slow up in the. Oh no, ain't nobody slow coming up here. Only people with master degrees like me. And you feel me? No associates and no bachelors. No. The governor already here. Damn, Chig, I wasn't even prepared yet. He's so punctual.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? How you doing tonight? It's an honor to have you here, Mr. Chad Chig Martin. How
Yes,
you
sir.
doing?
Hey, man, you got a beautiful studio there, man. Really impressive.
Yeah, it's called Fox High News. I'm here to save the street. And I watch your live today. You got the same type of energy. You trying to save the streets too.
Hey, well, man, I thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh man, yeah, man, you're more than welcome. So, you want to give the people a little brief introduction?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just tell you a little about myself. I was born and raised in Enterprise, Alabama. My name's Chad Chig Martin. I grew up to some hardworking blue-collar parents. My mom, her highest level of education was 10th grade. My dad finished 12th grade, and they just went to work in life. And my mom ran a little beauty shop out of one end of our house for over 20 years. And my dad worked as a aircraft mechanic out at Fort Rucker near here. And so I was fortunate enough. I graduated Enterprise High School, got a football scholarship up to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, went there, graduated, and immediately came back to Alabama. And I always tell people, I know what it's like to start off tough in life. My first job was selling Electrolux vacuum cleaners door to door. And it was a tough work, man, let me tell you. And I kind of worked my way through life and eventually became a small business owner here in Alabama for the last 22 years. I've got 3 companies here in Alabama. And, you know, I'm really just a real centered guy. I believe we've got some major issues in the state. I focus on the things like poverty and affordable health care and things that really matter and hit people in their pockets. That's the things I'm concerned about improving here in the state of Alabama.
Okay, that's what's up. How you what's your policies? What's the difference between you and Kay Ivy? Do you agree with anything she had going on? How different are you from her?
You know, I can't really say that I did, and I'm not trying to be a hardliner about that. But you know, I started the first hemp and CBD store in the state of Alabama, Honeysuckle Hemp Company out of Dothan.
No, for real.
You can look on Google. You won't find a story about any store.
So she hating off you with the shit with the law just passed today.
That's
okay.
Yeah, it's hard for me to agree with much of anything with her because I've got a business over there that's been open 6 years, and all of a sudden in 2 days we've been off on our sales 80 to 90%. It's like a ghost town, man. We have nothing to sell, and you know this is a federally legal product in the state in the country, and Alabama is just pushing us back. And getting people want to always talk about, do you believe in natural medicines being legal? Well, I do personally, but here's the thing, man. We're going so far backwards away from that now that we're putting people now that could buy a product from me on Monday. That same product now is a Class C felony in Alabama. So, you know, we're getting farther away from any type of progression in the state. And I'll just tell you about this. I mean, here's the way I believe. Adults have liked this for many, many years in the United States. And you know what? Some adults like liquor. And in my opinion, the natural products are more safe. I always tell people, you don't ever hear many fights in a hemp store, you know?
At all.
Yeah. I mean, it's
just laughing and joking. Just laughing and joking.
Yeah, it's just peaceful people enjoying things in life. And yeah, and you know, it's just like with our women here in the state, they're trying to tell them what they can do and can't do with their own body. And see, I'm a big believer. I even say this, both men and women have medical freedom in this state. And the government doesn't have any business in your personal medical details. That's my opinion.
Okay. I got it. Okay. They said, would you approve the lotto finally?
Yes, and I'll tell you a little about the lottery. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but 46 out of 50 states here in the United States have lottery. And so a lot of people want to say, oh, it's a poor man's tax or it's not Christian. But you know what? It's just a way of doing business now in the United States with that many states having it. And if you think about this, 4 states don't have it. And we kind of rank in that same spot on the scale on our schools at near the bottom. And so I don't think it's any coincidence that us, you know, we build schools in every state around us while our students sit in schools that are dilapidating and with asbestos problems from the 50s and 60s while we build other states' new schools. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Okay. Oh, hold on, guys. They say he got our vote. Let's hear some more things. Don't be so easy, guys. Let's hear some more shit first. Okay.
Hey, I want you to know I'm so happy to be here with you tonight, and I've been looking forward to this ever since we planned.
Me too. You know what really made me reach out? Cause it's a guy. His name is Jamal Brown. He's from Montgomery. He's supposed to be running for governor, and I do not approve of anything he stands for. And I had to find out who the other candidate was, so I went and Googled today. And he's not even on the official ballot. Then I came across you and I seen you live. I was like, oh man, I like Chad, man, I like what they talking about. But we can't have clowns like Jamal on the ballot messing up the good name, man.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm a small businessman, and I sat back as a citizen and just had enough of it. And I said, you know, somebody's got to step up for the people here in the state of Alabama. And I said, it doesn't look like it's happening. And I'm just at a point in my life with my age and everything like that I feel like I've got the wisdom and the energy to be a good leader. And, you know, I want to govern for all Alabamians. I can just tell you one of the most common questions I always get, and I'm not going to say what groups, just to keep it simple, but people will say, what are you going to do for this group of people in Alabama? What are you going to do for this group? I say, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to govern equally and fairly for everybody with kindness in my heart. I can tell you this, if something were to ever come to my desk and it was something between a citizen and the state government of Alabama, I'm always going to weigh in the citizen's favor when I can, because this is your state and I work for you. And that's going to be the mentality we take here in Alabama. Everybody's going to be represented. Everybody, hopefully you can see in the way I do interviews and podcasts, I want everybody to hear my voice, and I want to hear their voice here in Alabama.
Yeah, man. See, that's what's up, because we ain't never had no governor who really related to the people. You feel me? It all be about political gain. They coming from connections, and they just helping their people. So it's refreshing to have a voice that say trying to really help the people. And you connected. I feel you too, because you wouldn't have took the time to talk to me if you weren't serious on what you were trying to do.
Yes, sir. And let me just tell you one other thing. I want people to understand. The days of the governor's cabinet being the grandchildren of judges and the daughters of highfalutin lawyers are over. When you see my cabinet day one in Montgomery, you're going to look at it and you're going to see colors when you look across there for the first time in the state of Alabama. And that's a promise. Our citizens are going to all be represented in my administration. And you know what? It's going to be people that are plumbers. It's going to be people that are teachers. It's going to be people that work at Walmart. It's going to be regular people representing. It's going to be somebody, when you contact Montgomery, that they can relate to you in what you're going through.
And a couple more questions. Well, there's a lot of questions.
Hey, take your time. You know what? We want to make sure that we get as many questions answered for your fans as we can.
Okay. They said, would there be conversation to adopt the state minimum wage from $7.24? It has changed since 2009.
I personally, as a small business owner, and I like to tell people this, my lowest, and I don't have a lot of employees, but I have some employees, but the lowest paid person for me makes almost 3 times the minimum wage. And I'll tell you why that is, because if you'll pay people, and this is what I try to teach business owners, if you'll pay them, they'll work for you and you'll get the money out of them, because you start paying somebody good, they covet that job finally. And they say, I want to keep this job and I want to work hard. So if you pay somebody more, you're going to get more productivity out of them. And you know what? You want people that work for you to be able to go home at night and relax and know their bills are paid for at night, know that they have, healthcare opportunities either through their company or make enough to afford it. But yeah, I think the minimum wage, and I've done a lot of thinking on it, but I think for most people to be able to make it, business owners, I think could do it at between $15 and $17 an hour. I think that would be a fair start in Alabama.
Most definitely a fair start.
And that's not even, and listen, that's nobody getting rich either. That's just making enough.
Just living.
If a couple of people in a family make that, that's just enough to pay the house payment and the electricity and get some groceries. It isn't leaving a lot of extra, even at that.
Hopefully. Oh yeah, this is Chad Chig Martin, Emily Gates, and hopefully he wins. Yeah, he got a lot of support over here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Emily.
Okay. They said, how would you improve educational outcome for students in Alabama's public education system?
Well, to me, and that's one of the most difficult tasks I'm going to have as governor. To me, it starts with leadership. And I'll just tell you this, I've traveled throughout the state and I've talked to thousands of people in the last month or two. And I've talked to a lot of teachers, and you would not even believe one of the things they said their biggest problem is right now is maintaining discipline in their classroom. They said that they're being put in a classroom and they're having 1 or 2 students that are literally disrupting the classroom the whole time they're trying to teach. And all I'm trying to say is we've got to, the school is the one place we have to have discipline in, where everybody there can be educated properly. The second thing, and the teachers are telling me that they're not having principals that will back them and even try to help them, and they're kind of getting left on an island with these situations. And let's just face it, a teacher's hands are tied nowadays. Nobody can't do anything discipline-wise without there being some kind of recourse. But one of the other biggest problems in the state is where I want to do something different is I want to hire some of the top educational program managers in the country from some of the top 5 states in education in the U.S. I want to make an investment in getting these people into Alabama, and I want them to help teach us how to run a school program that'll rank among one of the top in the country. It's all about leadership, and and hopefully we can get lottery and add money to this, to funding to the schools, and to have some of our extracurricular activities that are getting torn apart, like music departments and like things like that. But yes, I'm all for improving schools, and it's not something I can sit here and make a promise and say this is how I'm going to fix it. It's just going to take a man like me, that I'm a product of the Alabama public school system, and so I care about it. I've lived in Alabama my entire life, so it's something that we got to change, and I will work hard to change that. I promise you.
See what's the next question that they have. It said, will funds, I mean, I don't think, they said, will funds be set aside for the elderly due to Social Security being cut?
We've got to take care of our elderly people here in Alabama. That's the one thing we all have in common is us ourselves are going to be elderly one day, but we all have, if they're alive, we all have parents and we all have aunts and uncles. And so it's going to be definitely a big challenge, especially with all the cuts in this big bill that just passed through Congress. And so, yeah, we've got challenges there, but I can tell you this, as a state, we're not going to abandon our elderly people. I mean, we're going to always do what's right. And but here's the other thing. The one thing we really haven't talked about is my strongest suit as governor is, quite honestly, being a businessman. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up one of the best industry recruiting teams that's ever been assembled in this country. And we're going to reach out across the globe, and we're going to bring top earning jobs, high tech industry. And we're not just going to put it all in one spot in Alabama like we've been doing. It's important to have plans. Like I have a plan for the Alabama Black Belt. I'll be going to the Black Belt on a 3-day tour, August 10th, 11th, and 12th. One of the first things I want to do when I get in office is I want to start plans to build infrastructure into the Black Belt region of Alabama where people are struggling. And I want to start off by building the proper roads, the proper bridges, and I want to get the infrastructure in place, and I want to develop technology parks right in the middle of the Black Belt that has the routes already lined out to get to them for the trucks. And in those parks, I want to try to, when we recruit these industries, let them be intertwined and connected together, where if this one plant makes this product and maybe the plant next to it makes the parts that are needed for that product. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to start I'm calling it the Alabama Job Corps programs. And this is going to be trade schools throughout the state where you go in as a student, and this is in some cases it's going to be free. In most cases it will be free, but this is going to be to help people learn a trade, leave there with a license, but for whatever trade they're in. But here's the thing, I'm tying this into like the Black Belt, for instance. When we put those businesses in the Black Belt, our trade schools in that area are going to work in correlation, training those students how to do jobs in those facilities. So there's always going to be workers ready, jobs ready. It's going to be a nice thing. And so I'm looking forward to that part of it.
Okay. Great answers. You must already knew the questions they were going to ask. I think I'm gonna have to take over the question from now. They asking the question, Seuss. Oh, okay. There you go. How are the elected officials working to ensure the new airport and bridge construction will have our local people employed?
I'm not sure what airport they're referring to because I'm in a different part of the state.
Yeah, they thinking about down here in Mobile. When he become governor, he gonna look out for us. We gotta talk to the mayor right now, guy.
Yeah. I'm not dodging your question. I just don't know.
But yeah, that's what I figured that too. They ain't in politics like us.
Yes, sir.
They ain't like us. They said, where will the funding come from for that when teachers are already purchased 25% of supplies out of pocket?
Hey, Angela, I wanted to tell you something. You brought up a good point there. People have asked me before what made me decide to run for governor, and it's just to what you said. My daughter, who's 31 years old, a few years ago, I ran into one of her friends at a grocery store, and I just asked her how she was doing because I know she was like a first or second year teacher, and when she told me how she was doing, she basically said she wasn't doing all that great. She was working at a rural county school, not making very much money. But at the end, she said, and she was telling me how she really wasn't making enough to get her own place and pay her student debt. But the one thing, and this is what made me run, she told me, and I could just see her head drop when she said, I'm having to spend $750 out of my pocket 2 times a year just to furnish the classroom with the paper towels and the hand soap and all the things needed for those students because she said none of the parents had the money to chip in, and it was her responsibility to get parents to chip in. But I just thought to myself that day, I said, our children are really all of our most valuable resources out there. And you mean to tell me we're sending a teacher to the classroom without the basic things she needs in her classroom? And, she's supposed to be in charge of, for the next year, guiding our children basically as part of their life. And she doesn't even have the basic things she needs to operate. And that's what made me run for governor. I knew that things were really messed up. So that's how I feel about that, Angela.
They say, what's your plans to make housing more affordable and accessible? Right now, DGL 45, we can't just ask questions about our city. We got to ask questions about the state as a whole. Then once you get in, it's complicated, guys.
Well, and I'll just touch on his a little bit there, but here's the thing with like housing and all that like that. The reason we're in some of the problems we're in this state is because, we are ranked 6th in poverty in the United States. And a lot of these questions that all come up and say, what can we do about this? Well, the truth is we got to get out of that number 6 spot at poverty and get off of that part of the list and put opportunities out for our people so they can prosper. And that's the governor's job. It's not to sit there for 11 years in a recliner like what's been the case here in Alabama for the last 11 years. It would be my job to create better opportunity for you to get better housing. That's the way I look at it. So I can see Jessica says I'm running as a Democrat, and Mr. I didn't see it all. What did it say?
She said you're running as an independent. She said, Mr. Martin, you're running as an independent. How can we trust you when independent in Alabama has voted Republicans 100% at the local level?
Well, I'm a Democrat, first of all, so that's kind of where that's off a little bit. So I ran as a Democrat in the last election for governor too. So I'm a Democrat. So hopefully you can trust me. But let me just say this.
Independent.
I don't really. One of the things, unless it's brought up, you're not going to hear me talk about political parties because I'm trying to run an inclusive campaign. That's part of the whole problem here in the U.S. is it's gotten to be us versus them and that kind of thing. And I'm just, that's why I was saying earlier, I'm really a centered candidate that I try to work with all people. That's really my goal in this whole thing, and I'm going to accomplish that too.
I said, we talked about get the lottery bill and get casino. We talked about that, I think. I said, what are your views on decriminalization or legalization of marijuana?
I'm actually for the decriminalization of all natural medicines. It basically, I believe that if you can dig a hole in your yard and plant a seed and water it and it grows, it's meant to be there. That's God's will for that plant to grow. And so that's the way I feel. First of all, if we could decriminalize cannabis here in the state of Alabama, we would not have any money issues in this state for a long, long time. And unless somebody messed it up really bad. But here's the next step I want to take if we can decriminalize it. Everybody always tells me, said, yeah, you can tax real heavy. Well, see, to me, that's not fair. I say you tax it at the normal tax rate as a pack of gum or whatever it may be on the shelves. There's no need, because you're going to make more money even doing that as a state than you've ever seen. So I'm all for decriminalization.
I said, how do you feel about more and more prisons are being built while schools and recreation centers are being demolished?
Well, the thing that I will tell you right now that I do not like at all, and that's the state of Alabama entering into these 30-year prison agreements with private prison companies. Well, one of the reasons I don't like it is because it's the state's job to know what's going on with the prisoners in this state. And when we turn that over to a private company, we don't know what's happening to them. We don't know if health care is being provided, because they are for profit and they are doing everything they can to make more money. I want our prisons to be state controlled. I want to be able to reform prisoners while they're in prison. I want prisoners to come out reformed and ready to go to work, and not just thrown out to be nothing, quite honestly, which is happening right now. I'm a guy, you're looking at a guy right here that my brother died at 40 years old in prison. So I'm not talking out of both sides of my mouth. I understand how all this goes. I went in the middle of the night to pick my brother, or not to pick him up, but to get his belongings from a prison. So I understand that ride, and I understand what a family can go through. And so, these private prisons, they try to do everything to save money, which means they try to run more of a skeleton crew, which puts their people in danger, and even more prisoners at danger, because they're not properly staffed. But the biggest problem, and this is going to be hard for me to overcome, is the state's already entered into 30-year long prison leases, and it was a bad mistake. It was the easy way out.
They already is it one private company who got all these prisons, or is different individual people? It's just one private company.
Yeah, I think it's called maybe it's something like Prison Corporations of America, or something to that tune. I've seen the name before. But yeah, they're just they run federal prisons, state prisons, county jails. They do anything prison related and profit from it.
And is that what like the prison contract? Is that what the governor does? Is Kay Ivey responsible for this 30-year prison contract?
Yes. Okay. Yes. The whole
100% on her.
Yeah, that's the thing about Kay Ivey, as a lot of people, and I'll just kind of explain it. A lot of people don't understand Kay Ivey's journey to become governor. She was the lieutenant governor here in Alabama, and the governor at that time was named Dr. Robert Bentley. And Dr. Robert Bentley got arrested and put in the Montgomery City jail while he was in office, and he got barred from being the governor. Well, he had 3 years left on his term, so they moved the lieutenant governor up to that spot, which was Kay Ivey. So she
snuck in the office.
So she got 3 years. Yeah, yeah, that's how she got the third term, because the first one, the whole 3 years didn't even count toward a term for her because she was.
I know they changed the law in 2022 about she can run again. Yeah. She just tried to. Oh, you think she in cahoots with the tobacco companies and stuff? That's why she trying to take off the Delta in the hemps.
I'd tell you, if you want to know the truth, I don't even know if Kay Ivey is physically able to even comprehend what's going on in a bill. I think it's kind of one of these things where people around her are telling her what to do, because I've seen her personally in the last couple of years, and she was struggling just to, and I'm not knocking her for that, because we're all going to be there. But I also tell people I wouldn't be running for governor if I were in that condition, but you just had some nitwitted couple of Senate guys, the way things are now. Everybody wants to seek and destroy. And that's what they did with the hemp industry. And they pushed a bill through there and got it passed and literally shut down an industry. I mean, it's amazing. It's horrible. But there's so many families that were just starting to see profits after 4 or 5, 6 years, of doing it. And, now, I mean, the stores have already started going out of business one by one all over the state.
They said, how will your administration support the growth of Black-owned businesses through grants and access to city contract and business development training?
Well, let me just tell you one thing about me. A lot of candidates are scared to address African American voters, Black voters, whatever you want to say. I say both, but here's the thing. We have to understand that Black people in this state have a history of not being treated fairly. That's part of the history. That's part of the history of the state. It's not something I'm just making up. I mean, we all know that. And so as a governor, we've got to even this thing up a little bit and give Black business owners a fair opportunity, because most business owners in this state start with financial backing of big companies where families have made monies for years and years and years in this state. And so, yes, I want to see Black people succeed in this state. I want to do things to provide grants, opportunities. I want to have minority small business training courses throughout the state to help minority business owners and teach them of the programs other than the grant they're possibly looking for, but federal programs that can help them. And we've got to teach and educate, and the state's got to be part of that. But it is very, very important part of my entire platform to help the Black people here in the state of Alabama get businesses started. Yeah, we've got to do it.
Why would he receive backlash for doing this interview? They said, are you ready for the backlash you may receive after this interview?
Well, here's the thing about it. I'm very outspoken and just give honest answers. So I've been used to getting backlash for a long time. But at the end of the day, the way I answer you with that is you can say, you know what? I heard from his mouth what he had to say. And you know what? You won't hear that from the other candidates, because none of them will do stuff like this. They don't want to deal with the citizens one-on-one and take these questions.
They just want our vote, but they don't want to talk to us. That's weird.
I am 100% in agreement with you. When I do this, I put myself in a very vulnerable position, but real people will respect people that do that. That's the way I feel about it. Yeah.
Okay.
And listen, all you guys out there, I want your vote. I need your vote. Everybody is gonna have a seat at the table here in Alabama.
I think you got my vote, Chad. You got a lot of our vote over here. We fucking with you. I want to be a part of the I want to be a part of the promotion of the team and put the flyer, the signs out.
Yes, sir. This is just the start of our relationship right here.
Okay.
Everything I do is long term, and I wanted to come on your show tonight to show you that just like your show tonight is as important to me as any interview I've done throughout this campaign. All of them are very important to me. I just want you to know that, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, I appreciate you for coming through, man. It was an honor, man. You feel me? Everybody, man. You got our vote, and we definitely gonna be tuning in. I want to be a part of the campaign team, do my promotional part and stuff. So we definitely gonna be in touch, man.
Well, can I tell everybody how to find me?
Yes, definitely.
Well, here's the thing: if you're out there, the best place to find us is Chad Chig Martin for Governor of Alabama on Facebook. We're about to be at 30,000 people over there, and we're just trying to make a good, strong stand there. We're at www.chadchigmartin.com, and I just started over on the TikTok at Chad Chig Martin. I'm on Twitter, Chad Chig Martin, Instagram, Chad Chig Martin. I want all of you guys support.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Chad page, man.
Hey, that's my personal page. Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong page.
Yeah. You'll see it'll be Chad Chig Martin for governor.
Oh, I see it. I got it.
There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, I would love to have you there. And just so you know, Tyrone, I plan to do these with you throughout the entire campaign.
Oh man, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah. So we're all of us love the state, and that's why you do the things you do. You give people's voices an opportunity to be heard, and I do the same thing. So we're all working together to try to create that kind of atmosphere. But yeah, so Tyrone, do you think I'm gonna get some backlash tonight?
No, listen, if you do, I'm part of your political team, so let me know who backlash you and I backlash them. This is what I'm here for. All right. I'm here to respond to the negative people for you. That's my job. So don't worry about the backlash. That's what I'm here for.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Really, I appreciate everything.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming through, man.
Yeah. Like I said, if you get this thing wrong, put it on my page. Hit me up with it.
I will do that. Don't make sure we follow you. You're gonna have at least a 2-3 more thousand followers by tomorrow. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
Man, thank you so much. Hey, man, just let me know anytime you want to do it. Okay.
I definitely will let you know, man. Appreciate that, Chad.
Yeah,
future governor of Alabama.
All of you have a wonderful evening out there. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it.
All good.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.
All right.
Hey, y'all see how my first professional interview went? I got to end this stream. I can't have y'all salting this great interview with y'all drama. Hey, I'm finna end the interview, guys. I'm gonna end it live and come back. Y'all can't be on here with me and Chad with y'all negativity.